Oh, what?
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have
It's
been
lucky
tampered
that
with.
his patients had
But why
names
burn
that
these
start with the
files?
same letters.
How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Let's get our little grey brain cells to work.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Frank.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's
I'm
a
arresting you
serious
on
lead.
charges of
Doncaster,
witchcraft.
a person matching Cust's description, has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
No.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Yes, he will.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Oh God, what have I done?
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
Are we not going?
So, has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is
They
good
didn't want
news.
to make
But why so
Doncaster
gloomy,
needed
Chief
it.
Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
That would be quite shocking.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
It's very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot. I appreciate your gesture.
You're under arrest
Please
for the
keep me
murder
informed of
of
his
Donald
progress.
Dunbar.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Yes, you should
Where
do
does
that.
he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes,
Oh,
but
we get
start
this one.
without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
What? What did you say to me? You son of a bitch, I'm coming for
Hastings,
you.
we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
No, you do it.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist.
This raging
So that
abscess
is
will
why
have
you
to
were
wait.
so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
That was very nice of me.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
I don't know how to function without Hastings. Oh no!
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
But this one in London is a shithole.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I want to be famous.
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined.
And I'm going to murder
As you
someone
can
written in
imagine,
blood.
When I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Interfering bitch.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
What do you want, a reward? Shut
Tell
up.
me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Yeah, there's
Well,
blood
he's
everywhere.
odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said.
But I know he's never actually been
And
to
then
war.
he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Like he wiped his ass with it.
Do you think it was blood?
Well, when I saw them, I thought, look, he spilled his wine or his soup all over himself. But now that I think about it, well, they did look like blood.
What do you mean they?
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you
Are
know
you
where
mocking the
Cust
suspect?
was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
I had to wash his Speedos.
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Please continue.
That's a
I
stretch.
also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Which would be all of them.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Thank you. You're so helpful. Shouldn't the police do this? Like, I know I'm a detective and stuff, but...
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
Wait, she's been to Andover, Bexhill and Churston?
I don't think my register will help you. Mr.
Yeah.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Do you? I can't see shit. Observe.
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Is that potato black? Or is she sharpening with a knife? Big fucking grin.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
It's almost as if she's really good at slitting throats.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. just for one night as a favour. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
You've been renting out the murderer's room.
You rented the same room to 2 people. Very profitable, but quite illegal.
But I didn't harm anyone. I was only helping everybody out.
I'm always trying to help. Don't make me stab you. Is that it? I'm fucking glad we did that.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Okay, great. I regret doing that. I go upstairs now. Did I do that just to ruin her mood? Ugh, ink.
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destination.
Okay. I know I'm skipping everything now, but I am
Did
really
Cust
done
drop
with this
it
game.
when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
Who knows? Who cares?
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Smash the fucking thing.
The ribbon is jammed. The ribbon is jammed.
Okay.
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Is it
The
this?
ribbon is jammed. The ribbon is jammed.
Okay. Can I spin this thing around?
The left-hand heel has been removed.
I have to do it on the other side now.
The right-hand heel
This could be a
has been
game in
removed.
itself. Typewriter mechanic simulator. Hey.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
But it's got... I mean...
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
But should you let him take this? Because it says...
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
But it's got what was in the letter, so we know that he did it. I mean,
It's an ABC.
is there blood in there?
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
I'm going to kill Hastings. I've just nicked it. Cool. Bullet?
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Okay, so that's everything. That was easy. Search his bed. I'm going to have a nap.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
He doesn't clean up after himself. His chair is untidy. And his lamp is ugly. Oh, I didn't go near the bed.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Probably that head wound in the war. Oh, let's do the mirror. Sexy moustache. Oh, look at my little bum.